there's a bunch of stuff. Anyway, yeah, this is getting a little redundant, but I'm gonna put some more. First of all, it's getting closer. That cord I saw on this, I put them I'm coming on both sides, so these knots are on both sides of this thing. This is what I would call the, I guess I'm losing track of what is it, because I just took a whole bunch of stuff off. But this is, on both sides, those knots are, the one that I was just looking at before, it actually didn't go any further, pretty much right from where I saw it, that's it. And here you can see this is a knot, it doesn't really, goes to the ground. The other one, it just kind of stopped at the ground. I must have ripped it or something, because I just saw it, it wasn't connected to anything. So, here we got a lot of dirt, and I pulled some, fabric and stuff. That fabric was there. This one over here is not tied. I might have mentioned that this one was tied around, but this one's just actually looks like it's a garment. This might be tied. I don't know. That looks like it could be not, but I think it's the same garment. So it's a piece of a garment. But generally, you're looking at women's clothing, which is just kind of creepy. But there is always piles of women's clothing here. So people go steal clothes from the donation places. This homeless woman can come over here, go through it. There's at least 3 I knew of. So I kind of consider all 3 of them bukas. So there's 4. There's a 4th one. I've never seen her here, but I consider her a buka too. So they kind of homeless people that are always going through big piles of clothes, and they leave them around. So that has been happening. But like I said, there was a pile of old women's clothes that I gathered up, and I thought I kind of got down to the bottom, to the ground, and I cleaned it up, put it in a bag, and put it in a pile in the garbage bag. And then there was a whole bunch more, and it didn't look like it was new. It kind of looked old. I mean, I guess it weathers really quick, so I didn't that could have been the case too. And then I started to accumulate more, and then a few times it was just it seemed like a lot of accumulated stuff. Then I'm like, wait, that wasn't there before. I cleaned it. I cleaned it up, and it's stuff's been it's old. It's been there. So I'm like, what? Even just over here in the back, there was debris. I'm like, what? How could this just recently? I'm like, I just picked through it. How did these things get there? I don't think it's underneath the leaves and it blew off, and now I found more. Something was a little off with that, and I don't know. So these are the kind of things, but we're gonna get closer to the bottom here. But that's a pile of plastic gunk that's jammed in there. But see, this is something that could like an animal might be pulling it into the little cubby to protect and give it nesting. But and all those actions kind of run in the same coalition. So you have different energies collating, and that's the word of the day, collating. So I'm going to be using that word a lot to describe what I'm referring to. But here we are getting closer to the bottom of this pile of lumpy stuff. Like this is some fabric, and it's a lot. See, I don't think this was pulled through here by an animal. This looks like it was here quite while the pile was made. Seemingly central to this thing though. And it's just workers piling garbage like that, and that's just their method. They're like, oh, we don't want it blown around. We're going to put it stacked like this, stacked like this, stacked like this. Okay, yeah, but with those knots, yeah, okay. Come on. So those collating timelines is time mechanics of collation. So I think it has a lot to do with it. You think about the Egyptian burial mounds, and you think about all the esoteric envisage of what is and ought to be and ought not.